We're so glad you're joining us today on Connect and Collaborate, where we come together each day to introduce you to our network of business and community leaders and discuss important issues that impact business in Colorado and the region. I'm Tammy Schmidt, your on-air producer, and today my guest is Elaine Lutz with Job Creators Network. We're talking about the issues that impact business in Colorado and nationwide, for sure.
Yes. Thanks, Tammy, for having me this afternoon. I'm really excited to talk to you about the Job Creators Network and what we're doing in our Bring Small Businesses Back campaign.
So you've got this campaign, basically a bus tour. You're starting here in Denver on Monday, and then you're going to travel through the Midwest to the East Coast, Florida. And what's your message?
Well, our message is that small business is too big to fail. The fact is we conducted a nationwide poll in launching this campaign, and we talked to small business owners, and what we were doing was trying to identify and highlight the issues hurting small businesses. And they identified 3 areas that are really hurting the viability and growth of their business, and that's overtaxation, overregulation, and a lack of access to credit. This small businesses, they don't have floors full of lawyers to help them fight in Washington and have a voice.
Right.
They're running their businesses. They're chief cook and bottle washer. And many times they don't even know that they've violated some regulation until they get a fine in the mail from the government.
Right. Completely unintentional. It's just the daily practice of doing your business, right? Sometimes.
Right, exactly. Monday, August 29th, we are launching our Bring Small Businesses Back tour. We will have a bus. It's exactly like a campaign tour. We will have a special guest with U.S. Representative Mike Kaufman and Heidi Ganal, who's the founder of Camp Bow Wow here in Denver, and our president and CEO, Alfredo Ortiz of Job Creators Network, meeting with constituents of Congressman Kaufman, talking to them about these issues, talking about solutions. And one of the solutions that we want to talk about is how employers can educate their employees about these policies and how important it is that they understand how these policies impact them. Because what we do at the Job Creators Network is we produce educational materials to provide to employers so that they can talk to their employees about these policies. It's not about telling them how to vote. It's about educating them on it.
They can be well informed to make those decisions when they do go to the voting booth.
Sure. There is no better defense against bad government policy than a well-educated public. And so our materials are nonpartisan. We don't endorse candidates. We don't endorse parties. What we're talking about is how hidden taxes impact you and your paycheck. We're talking about how debt and deficit impacts you, the health care law. All of these issues impact these small businesses and therefore the employees' paychecks. And we believe that employees need to understand and be able to connect the dots between the policy and their paycheck. And so this campaign is really to help them understand that, to be a voice for small business owners and to be a resource to them as well. And so working with Representative Kaufman and moving throughout the country on our campaign and other districts and other representatives working with about 3 dozen representatives to meet in these districts and their constituents to talk to these business owners.
Right, and that's coming up Monday, August 29th. It's going to be starting at 8 a.m. at the Hyatt Regency Denver Tech Center. So where can people register?
They can go to defendmainstreet.com and they can register. It's a free event. We invite everybody to come out. If you've got a small business and you want to talk about solutions, this is the place to come.
Can small business owners talk with their employees about the policies that are going to hurt their business and the economy?
They not only can talk about these policies with their employees, they have a responsibility to do so. It's getting these employees, the public at large, having an educated electorate is really important. There is nothing better than having an educated electorate. Nothing more dangerous to a politician, frankly, than an educated voter.
Right. It kind of helps hold the politicians to a better standard, too.
It really does. And, what better way to protect your own livelihood than to be educated on the policy?
Absolutely. So I guess Job Creators Network did a poll recently. What they discovered that only...
Well, it's interesting. We talked to small businesses across the country in this poll, and we found that only 1 in 5 small business owners actually plan to hire this year. And that's significant.
Wow.
We continue hearing that the unemployment rate keeps falling and falling and falling, and it sounds great. But when you really delve into the numbers, we have the lowest labor participation rate we've had in over 30 years.
Whoa.
And that just means, what that means really is that we have a pool of people that's smaller and is as far as the work pool, because they've stopped looking. So they're not being counted. If we truly brought those people back into the force
and counted them in the unemployment rates, it would be staggering.
We'd be at about a 9.5% unemployment rate. Okay, that would be the headline.
Exactly.
But right now, the only headline is that we're at 4.9%. But that's not the real numbers.
And how do people stop looking for work? Are they trying to start their own businesses, or maybe they're underemployed?
Some are underemployed. Some have just given up because they just aren't finding the opportunities. When you've got employers making decisions about the Affordable Care Act and having to make decisions on whether or not they can afford to insure their employees, they're making decisions based on the regulation. And so right now, employers, there's the 30-hour rule under the Affordable Care Act. With the overtime rule, you've got employers that are making decisions on reclassifying their salaried workers, because if they work over 40 hours starting in December, if they work over 40 hours a week, they've got to pay overtime. Many people work very hard to get to a salary level position because of the pay and the flexibility and the benefits that a salary job offers. This rule is going to change that for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, we need more information on that.
This is going to be devastating for small businesses. And the only way that they're going to be able to react is to basically reclassify their salary employees as hourly so that they can keep better track of the hours that these employees are working. Because if your labor costs go up, the only thing you can do is cut them back, either by cutting jobs or cutting hours.
Then are they still able to provide the same benefits if they're making them hourly workers?
Well, many jobs obviously provide different levels of benefits based on obviously the position, the salary, whether it's hourly. But what a lot of people look to do is, when they're climbing the career ladder, when you get to a salaried position, it provides benefits and flexibility that you don't get as an hourly position.
Absolutely. We're talking with Job Creators Network today about the Bring Small Businesses Back tour. Right now we're talking with Elaine Lutz with Job Creators Network. And coming up this hour, we're going to be talking with Alfredo Ortiz, President and CEO of Job Creators Network, our representative Mike Kaufman, and then Heidi Ganal.
Yes, they will be talking about the event. We're really excited, and we hope everyone comes out.
Thank you so much for informing all of our listeners about this. And we're going to be back with Alfredo Ortiz right after this with Job Creators Network on Connect and Collaborate.